How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and the Mike Prince Show. As you know, we have been doing our roundup with coaches throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference and beyond for their class of 2018 selection and signing process for the football campaign. Before we get started, I want to remind you all that you should be able to go back and support those who support us. Anderson's Carpet Cleaning in Houston, Texas. You can reach them at 832-525-0745. Without any further ado, we'd like to introduce Coach Mike Haywood. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great, Mike. How are you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm excited. I haven't had the chance. Happy New Year to you. I know we're in February, but it's still the first part of the year.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and Happy New Year to you as well.
Now, it's Christmas extended when you have your signing day for class of 2018. You signed 11 guys to the Texas Southern Tiger roster. 6 of those guys being on the defensive side. Give us a little recap on who you're bringing in to the Maroon and Gray this season.
Well, one of the things that we did is that we had a different plan this year. We had such a young football team this year with over 24 freshmen that we decided that we're going to go out and be heavily in the junior college and also heavily with Division I transfers. We needed to bring in some leadership and some guidance and help develop these young guys and help them mature, and some people that had great character values and integrity to lead our young people in the right direction. So we started off with the JC defensive lineman. We signed Eric Garcia, defensive end out of Chaffee, out of California. Jarrell Taylor, another defensive end, junior college out of Ventura, California. Then we came back with high school football players. In December, we signed Isaiah Chance out of Pearland Dawson as a defensive end. And then we signed one interior guy, Ian Bronson, from Klein High School, that at the beginning of the year, he was the number 3 defensive lineman, defensive nose guard in the state of Texas. Also on our defense, we started Marquise Walker as a redshirt freshman last year. So we decided that we were going to give him a scholarship as well, and he'll go on scholarship this upcoming June. And that basically wraps up the defensive side of the ball for us. On offense, quarterback has been an issue for us. And primarily we get hit with the injury bug for the first 2 years that I've been here. And we really hadn't been able to have much success with the backup. So Jay Kristoff is going to come back this year, and he's going to enter the spring as the starter. But we went to Tulane University and signed Glenn Couillette, who was a 16 and 17 captain. He also was the starter 15 and 16 for Tulane. And the Green Wave changed the offense last year, and the change of the offense didn't fit him, and he only played sparingly. We went to Itawamba Community College and signed a tight end by the name of Chris Long. We then took Kevin Dove, running back out of UTEP. Kevin Dove was a 2-year starter at UTEP and decided it was time for him to come back home because of family matters. And so he's originally from El Campo, and we're really glad to have him. We went over to Karen Crow, Louisiana, the home of Kevin Falk, and signed a tight end by the name of Skyron Littleton. Big tight end, 6'4", about 245, 250, and we're really good to have him. Good athlete, good football player. On the offensive line, we signed Drake Centers out of Tatum. Drake was at the beginning of the season, back in January, and actually early in December, he was committed to Texas State. He decommitted from Texas State, and then we had an opportunity to get in on it, and we ended up signing him as an offensive guard. Aiden Hemphill out of Klein Oak High School. Aiden Hemphill is an offensive tackle. I played some tight end in high school. Was a really athletic young man. But Aiden is about 6'5", 265 pounds playing basketball. And before you know it, at the end of the summer, Aiden's going to be 285, 290. And so we're going to play him at tight end. And so we're really excited about the young people in which we've signed. And then also Gary Haynes who's a transfer from ULL, has been on our campus for about 4 or 5 months, and he's originally from Manville, and we're going to put him on scholarship in June as well.
So it sounds like you guys have been tightening up the loose ends, if you would. And I understand what you say. You had a 2-year start out, and it seemed like you cannot escape the injury bug from top to bottom. You lose key offensive and defensive linemen, quarterbacks. And with this being year number 3, do you feel that you're behind schedule on where you're projected at the time that you first took the Texas Southern job?
Well, in the way I look at the picture, I feel that we're behind schedule. And the reason I feel that we're behind schedule is that I don't believe that we're playing the quality of football that we should be playing. I don't believe that we played mature enough. We were not technique and fundamentally sound, and that comes back to my table. So with that being said, I had to make some changes within our staff, and we're in the process of interviewing guys and hiring people right now. And we're going to finish up and hire somebody by March the 1st. But we have to make sure that we do a great job in teaching young people the technique and fundamentals and the intelligence of the game instead of just running around thinking that they can hit people and make plays. The other thing about it is that we're too small. We're a small football team. And so we went out and recruited a larger football team. And we're going to make sure that young people that are on campus now and the guys in which we're recruiting are going to be here the entire summer. So we're going to have everybody here this entire summer because we have to get bigger, faster, and stronger to be competitive in this league.
We're talking right now with Coach Mike Haywood of the Texas Southern Tigers, going over his class of 2018 campaign. You just emphasized, Coach, that you feel like that you've been too small. Do you think that has been part of the scheme that you inherited, or is it just the luck of the draw from when you go out to recruit?
No, I believe it's a little bit of both. I believe it's what we inherited and with some of the guys in which we recruited, because we recruited some small guys also. So it's not Asbury's, it's not Asbury, it's Mike Haywood. And so I think that we have to do a much better job of getting bigger, faster, bigger, more physical football players, and that's what we did. We have a team that is extremely fast. I mean, we have a fast football team right now, but we were lacking the physicality, and not any time in my career has one of the teams in which I've been associated with not been a physical football team. And so that is the psychological disposition in which we have to change as we go into the season, 2018 season.
All right, and I can recall some of your post-game interviews and comments where you can hear the frustration, and I'm assuming that was part of it because toward the end of the second half, guys are getting fatigued and out-muscled because of the lack of size and possibly some intensity.
Oh, I truly agree. I mean, you can't be in the game and lose the game in the fourth quarter. One day after the game, I went up to my father's home, and my father said to me, "This is the first time in your career you got beat in the fourth quarter." That's humiliating and embarrassing. Can't lose games in the fourth quarter. And so we're starting our fourth quarter football program on the 19th of February, and then we're going to start spring ball, I think, on the 21st of March. But we are working on technique, fundamentals, getting in the best condition in which we've been in. We've taken some of the things in which we used when I was at Westport Military Academy, some of the condition in which we used, because by far that was probably the best conditioned football team I've ever been around, is at Westport Military Academy. So we're taking some of their conditioning aspects to go along with the bulk in which we're building in our weight room to be a much bigger football team and a better conditioned football team.
Well, when you talk about that, you definitely have to look at it when you look at your 2018 football schedule, a rather unique schedule. You're opening up against UT Permian Basin. How did you hook up with those guys?
Well, we were looking for a game, and they were looking for a game, and so we're like, hey, it's our pleasure. We're looking forward to playing. I know very little about them. Hadn't had a chance yet to start watching them on tape. That'll be doing our spring ball, but we'll watch them on tape and start getting the game plan together during the summer. But they were interested in playing us, and we were interested in playing them. But from a primary reason, Coach Elias and Dr. Charles McClellan They are the two. They are the two that really go out and search for opponents to play, and then they bring the opponents to me, and then I either say yay or nay, and I say that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Yeah, we'll play them.
Sounds good enough to me, boss. Hook them up and let's go. So that would answer with the Texas State and the U of H game that you have scheduled on the 2018 campaign as well.
Well, I think Texas State is a great opportunity for us. Texas State is a solid football team. They're building as we're building. So to play them early in the season will be really interesting because I think they do a great job of coaching over there, have some great coaches. And interesting enough, both head coaches used to coach at the University of Texas. So it'll be a good matchup. But for us to be successful, and I've watched them several times, for us to be successful, we're just going to have to play technique, fundamental football, and play smart football. We can't make simple mistakes. And then we're going to have to most definitely win the special team games in that game and every game in which we're playing. And I've decided that I was taking over all 6 phases of the special teams this upcoming year so that, it will be an emphasis with the players when the head coach is coaching all the special teams and he's over all the special teams. Last year, we had players who didn't want to play on special teams. Now, since the word is spread, we got people coming in and say, hey, Coach, I'd like to be on special teams. How the tide changes just because you put a different name out there.
I know that's right. Now, it's real crazy because most guys, especially your top-tier guys on the team, they almost look at it as an insult to be asked to play special teams. So how did you get over changing that psychological approach?
Well, they've already been told that you will play a minimum. If you're a starter, you will play a minimum of 2 special teams. It really doesn't matter their thought process because the thought process in which they've been stated is that if you're a starter, you're going to play on a minimum of 2 special teams. All right? And if there's a problem in which you aren't playing well on the 2 special teams, then you won't play on first, second, and third down. And I explained to them that your coaches, usually decide, but when you're not playing well on special teams, I'm going to override your coach and you're not going to play on first, second, third down. So you might as well get geared and ready to go. I've talked to the young people because young people that come in from high school, they don't want to play special teams. And I've explained to them they're going to play them or sit on the bench, so it's your choice. Some of the new guys have already come in and say, Coach, this is what I played on special teams, and I like to play on special teams here at Texas Southern University as well. And so the psychological disposition is going to change because it's going to be a reward to be on special teams.
We're speaking with head football coach Mike Haywood of the Texas Southern Tigers. A new attitude in the Texas Tiger camp and a new mission at hand. Coach, as always, we appreciate you taking the time out to speak with our listening audience and to let us inside the world of Tiger Nation. As customary, we're going to offer up you with some closing thoughts and statements, and the floor is now yours.
Hey, well, we really look forward to going into our spring practice, and we really look forward to our alumni, faculty and staff, and our students coming out and supporting us also out for our spring practice. I think that we're going to be significantly better. There'll be opportunities to come out and watch some of the new guys that are out there running around and making plays, and I think that we're going to be extremely exciting this upcoming year. We're going to open it up a little bit more to create some excitement within our program. And our spring game is going to be on April the 21st at noon. And we would like everybody to come out for that game.
April 21st at noon, and I'm assuming this is going to be on the campus, correct?
Yes, sir. It's going to be on campus.
All right, April 21st, 2018, the maroon and gray game for Texas Southern Tigers. Coach, as always, we thank you, appreciate you. He is Coach Mike Haywood. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy22. The website is obn-radio.com. And don't forget to listen to us on TuneIn 24 hours a day at Open Mic Broadcast Network. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.